Today we have Bill Waller discussing the Texas tradition of corn shelling and some of the history behind Texas corn.
The history of corn, as you may know, corn is started when the Spanish came over here and found that the people over here had this product, a grass product called corn. It's a grass, just like wheat and rye and oats and all those. But they had a very small amount of, and they were very small ears. But we started doing our thing with them, and now we get them up to rather large ears with lots of kernels compared to what the Aztecs and those people had. So they took about 500 years to do that, and now we have, yellow corn, white corn, Indian corn, popcorn, all those different names of it. And we'll talk a little bit about. We eat this here, as we know, and we're going to open this one up. And people, not too many people know what the circles are. So somebody in the audience will answer. I say they're tiny tubes. The pollen goes down the tube and fertilizes the kernel, so you can have a fertile kernel, so you can raise some more corn. So those things are actually tubes, going one to each kernel. So that is kind of a surprise to most people. And the shucks, as you may know here in San Antonio, are used, they dry them, and what do they use them for? Well, the most thing people answer will be tamales. That's the main use of them here. But the pioneers used the shucks for other things too. And we're going to look in a minute here. We're going to count the number of rows. We're going to do some other things, such as we're going to get the kernels off of those, and then we're going to have a cob left over. Anybody know a use for the cob? And most people will say, they mention, they're really good if you want to light a fire. You can put them on there, some wood you can start burning. It takes fire really easily. And I said, but there's another use all the farmers and ranchers use. And maybe if you know what it was, for a little building outside your house, you can whisper it to your child if you know that. If you don't know that, and usually at this time when it happens, some start laughing and can't believe it. Yes, that's right. Corn cobs there was no HEBs, so you had to use corn cobs for toilet tissue. So it was always a big bunch of cobs in the little outhouse to be used as toilet tissue until HEB came around. You could go buy paper. So that's the other use, main one for the farmer rancher. So we're going to next take your ears, and I want you to count the number of rows and call out what you get as a number. And so everybody take several rows, and count them. And let's see. Get somebody to write down the numbers. Okay. I got pens.
I have 18.
I think I have one too. Yeah, give her that one back.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody got a number?
18 and 18.
18.
We have two of those.
And 18.
14 and 14.
24. 14. Okay, with a whole bunch of kids, that's enough. And I asked if any of the kids see some patterns that and you can see that they're all even numbers. And they always will be even numbers because the DNA in there, when it starts off, it doubles. So 2 times anything is always even. So unless it lightning struck the thing, or somebody, they used to go to great lengths to have a bet, and then somebody would go out there when the corn was starting to form, and go in there and with a knife, break it up so it wouldn't be even, and then he'd know where that ear was, and he could win the bet.
Oh.
And so it's got to cheat the system. So the main things there, the shucks were useful to make tamales and other things. The cobs, though, we already know 2 pieces from sodium fire and our inexpensive toilet tissue. And people do other things with them too. It was really fun to do that all day long.
Keep going. It's gonna pop out. There it goes. Look, it's popping out. It popped out right here. Right. Isn't that cool?
It was very, you can see a lady could work all day long for 1 meal. And you'll see this is bad. The corn, see, the difference too, we can't say, the corn that they had way back there, 400 years ago was small kernels, and they probably didn't wait till a super jar. They probably just mashed it enough to eat it, not even been fresh corn.
And now grind it. Grind it.
I think we would have all starved to death.
Good.
Oh, Mama, you're doing well.
We have now.
Yummy.
Good job.
I made cornmeal.
Thank you so much for attending today, and many thanks to Bill Waller with his infinite knowledge on not only this, but other aspects of how Texas used to be.
Thank you very much, everyone, for being here.